Hey guys, so I'm just here to chat with you and tell you about an experience I just witnessed that makes me absolutely disgusted with human beings on this day. What a way to ruin my Monday, my favorite day of the week. So I was just leaving a grocery store, and of course it's the women that work there standing around in a circle having a good little fucking chuckle and laugh about how they caught a person shoplifting food from the grocery store. Now, what they were shoplifting wasn't like steaks and like roasts. They went and stole, outside grocery stores, inside the door, there's the bins where there's the brown paper bags for donated food for people who are less fortunate. And it's usually a mix of like canned goods, whatever people donate. It's all canned goods that go into those things and non-perishable food items. And that's what the person was shoplifting, the $5 bag. Okay, so they didn't have $5 to buy the bag of donated food. So these women are standing around making fun and laughing. Ha ha, this happens all the time. They run in and try and grab the bag of food and leave. How low and how pathetic have you got to be standing around making fun of somebody if that's the point they're at in their life and that's how much they're struggling? So I live on a street where at the bottom of my street is an apartment building, and it's for people with cognitive disabilities, severe significant physical disabilities, and severe mental health issues. So a lot of schizophrenia, a lot of BPD, a lot of these real mental health issues that really impair their ability to live a functional life, to complete their own activities of daily living. There's no way a lot of these people can function and hold down jobs. They can't even advocate for themselves, okay? So that's the population that is at the bottom of my street, right across from this grocery store, which is also at the bottom of my street. So they know the population we're working with here. They know there's a lot of poverty, a lot of hunger, and these women still took the time out of their day. Instead of working like all the men were, doing their job at the grocery store, they're standing in a circle by the door, monitoring to make sure nobody else comes in and sneaks out any food, right? So that's the level these women are at. And one of them, I know, is a retired school teacher. So she's not a goddamn idiot. She's just turned herself into one since, I guess, retirement, and her brains went to shit because it's humiliating and disgusting, and it makes women look bad that they're so damn petty and embarrassing that they would do that. I have to tell you, everybody is 3 steps away from homelessness. 3 steps away, 3 strokes of bad luck. 3 bad things happen at once and you can't get back on your feet. There were times in my life where I was raising 2 kids alone. I had no child support coming in. I didn't have any financial support, and I was struggling to do better for my kids, to make them a better life. And I had to go to food banks. And that's a time when food banks weren't everywhere. So I had to be resourceful and be able to find them and find the help. And what I got from the food bank wasn't enough to feed 2 kids and myself. So I got in a habit of just not eating because I wanted to make sure there was food for the kids. And that was fine. And it went on for so long that to this day, I still struggle to eat because my body, I have a hard time tolerating food because I went for so long just not eating to make sure there was enough food for the kids. Even when I was at the point where I was grocery shopping, it was in my mind. It was a mentality I had to just, eat their leftovers. I lived off leftovers for years. Like whatever was left on their plate, I lived off it. And I was lucky enough to be born with the cognitive ability to be resourceful, to find resources and support systems in my community had I needed them, so that my kids ate, they had everything they needed, they certainly were loved and cared for, and they had winter clothes and school supplies. They had everything they needed because I was born with the cognitive ability to be able to advocate for myself. But not everybody is born with the same gifts. And people, before you go out into this world and judge people and want to stand around and laugh about how someone is so hungry, or maybe their family is so hungry that they'll steal a $5 brown paper bag of canned food or non-perishable food items, which is going to be rice and pasta, please reconsider and consider your own life and the gifts you have and how many steps away you are from being that person. Because all it takes is a traumatic brain injury, like a car accident, or to have a slip and fall, or to lose your job, and maybe your partner loses their job at the same time, or to end up with a child with a severe disability and all your time goes into caring for that child so you don't have enough time to work and make enough money to support your family. There are so many things that can happen that can land you in that same goddamn position that nobody has the right to laugh at anybody else. What they need to do is pull out a $5 bill and buy that bag of food for them. God help it if I was there when that happened. If I had been there when that went down and they laughed that they caught him and got their brown paper bag of food, and they laughed and said he hadn't opened it yet. He hadn't opened it yet. That's what's funny today. That's what brings joy into their life and made them smile and laugh at their day. Like, I don't even know what to add to this. I'm speechless. People are so dumb. It's humiliating. And the poor guy who was stealing some food, he's not dumb. He's just desperate in a really bad situation, and he doesn't know how to advocate for himself to get the help he needs. And that means he doesn't have a support system. He doesn't have the tools and the opportunities and the gifts some of us have to be able to figure it out and land on his feet and get back up. Maybe he just doesn't have anything, and he's just struggling every day just to get by. And maybe he's struggling to help his kids just get by. And all a couple of women could do is stand around and laugh at his misfortune. How pathetic and sad a day it is for women. Shame on us. Shame. Shame on them. We're not all like that. Thank God. Anyway, guys, I'll probably make a video later, and it won't be about this, because I'm not going to think about this again, because it makes me want to vomit. It's disgusting. Do better, everybody. Like, do better. That's all.